Hi, and welcome to another episode of Panoma Perspectives. I'm Mindy, and I'm here with Chris Babayode, who is one of the authors I admire the most. He talks about a really important topic that maybe you haven't thought about or heard about recently. Hello, Chris. Tell everybody about yourself and your business and your book.
Hello, Mindy. Thank you for having me. My business is nojetstress.com, and my book is Farewell Jet Lag Cures from a Flight Attendant. And it's born of a 20-year career that I had with British Airways, flying on long and short haul routes. The challenge that we had, which I like to term occupational challenges, were jet lag and sleep deprivation. And there were no healthy solutions to help manage that for people who flew very often. That being said, people who have occasional jet lag can benefit from the types of things and tools that I teach people and put in place. So as a flying crew member running a business myself, based on my naturopathic nutritional therapy background, I was using healthy means to actually help crew as well as business people who needed to arrive at their destination with a purpose to do business and to make things happen for them. And you can't do that if you fly halfway around the world and you're jet lagged. You need to arrive with presence. So the essence of my business is to enable people to arrive with presence so that they can actually conduct the business, do the performance, or just have that pleasurable holiday with people and they care about. And that really is what's important about my book.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. So our strapline here at Panoma is books that change lives. And it sounds like your book does, but do you want to elaborate a bit more on how your book changes someone's life?
Yes, well, quite specifically, there's a story, it's a true story, unfortunately, which is that when I started my career 20 years ago, we used to have a gated off report center where we used to go to report and we'd be taken to the aircraft and we'd get on and we'd go about our business. And at that time, there were about 20,000 crew member and pilots working for British Airways. So you never really got to know a lot of people except those people you worked with. A third of you were in the air, a third of you were in hotels down route, and a third of you were at home. But we had one unfortunate connection point in that report center, and it was an obituary board. The obituary board, you would walk by, and in the beginning of my flying career, I was new, I didn't know that many people, and you'd occasionally see people on that board, and invariably they'd had challenges with their health that were flying related, either cancer related or heart disease related. And as the years went by, I began to recognize my colleagues on that board, which is really rather unfortunate. And that became a particular rallying call for me, one as a flyer and two as someone in that community to want to do something to change that. And it was with that in mind that I actually got my book published, my methodology that I teach people quite specifically, so that long-term flyers can actually take responsibility for their health. Because if we're honest, flying can be pleasurable, but it's not particularly healthy, especially when you do it for so long. So it really became a matter of getting this message out to frequent flyers so that you always have something in a healthy manner to manage that flying dynamic in the context of their lifestyle. Because all the other kinds of cures that were out there were either unhealthy, incomplete, or didn't cater to the needs of someone who flew so often. And that is the niche in the market that this book addresses and helps people get tools to manage quite specifically.
Lovely. So please hold the book up again. It's Farewell Jet Lag. And we have time for a very quick tip if you have something that you think the viewers could implement straight away.
Right, well, right now, the thing to do is to look after immunity. And one of the best ways you can do that after you get off a flight is to ground yourself. It's easy to do in summer, find some grass, get out there, get bare feet, People will give you strange looks, but you'll know within a 30 to 40-minute window, especially if you've got off a super long flight, the difference that's going to make to you just standing on the grass bare feet. If you get a natural body of water, you can go into the sea or a lake. That's also great. And when winter comes around, you can actually get grounding tools that you can use indoors. So I remember my flights from London to LA. I would always go with my grounding sleeping bag. I would get in that thing and I would wake up the next day bright as breezy as anything else, because it's restorative and the technology is sound, and it's one thing that people can do without even thinking about it, because we'll have to sleep, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. And I know that you know a lot about sleep, and that grounding sleeping bag sounds really interesting, and not just for flying. But we are out of time. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris. And guys, go check out this book, and you will thank us. It will improve your health and well-being in the air and on the ground. See you, Chris.
Thanks. Bye.